So today we're going to cover most common objections, buyer objections that you're going to hear when you call these leads, right? Sync leads or KV Core leads. Some of you guys are on KV Core. Most of you are on Sync. Okay. So the most common one that you're going to probably hear a lot of times is going to be, I am just looking, I am just browsing. Okay. The other one, the second most common one you're probably going to hear is the fact that I have an agent. I have an agent. Then you're going to have some that will say, my credit is shot, so I need to work on that. Some will say, I need some money for a down payment. And you also right now, especially in the last 7 or 8 months, the one that we constantly hear as well, if you dig a little bit deeper, is we cannot find something that we like. How many of you are getting that objection lately?
Getting it where they don't quite say that, but it just seems like there's nothing on the market right now.
Okay. Yeah, which means that they cannot find something that they like, right? And it's kind of interesting. I've been tracking a piece of property in Prescott, Majestic Way. It's a 4-acre property. I've been tracking it for about 8 months now, 8 or 9 months. The guy wanted initially 170. He lowered it to 140. Then he lowered it to 120. Then he lowered it to 100. And I was like, man, should I pull a trigger? Should I pull a trigger? Should I pull a trigger on it? And I'm just waiting. And yesterday I checked on Zillow and it was gone.
Oh.
It was gone. So I texted the guy. I had his cell phone. And he's like, yeah, man, I sold it. I was like, man, what'd you get for it? He's like, above the asking price. So even pieces of land and parcels, properties are selling as well, so there's just not really much out there. Okay.
So if someone says can't find a home, that would mean they're looking on their own then?
Yes and no. I mean, and I would like to definitely ask them a follow-up question. Is like, well, is anybody helping you with your home search? Is anyone helping you with your home search, right? I don't quite go and ask them if they have a realtor because it's too direct, right? But just asking them kind of subtle question like, hey, is anybody helping you with your home search? Right? Will definitely give you an answer. They're going to give you an answer. Okay? So there are objections and there are also conditions. What is the difference between an objection and condition, guys?
Well,
Okay. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say a hard no could possibly be a yes, like later on. So it's not a no.
Okay.
Per se.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
A
basically,
condition is something that has to happen. Like, I'm retiring and moving to Arizona in 8 months. That's a condition.
Yeah. I think the biggest difference between a condition and the objection is a condition is basically you cannot really control, your client cannot really control at this point. Okay, a condition could be, hey, my credit score is so low that I cannot even see the digits. It's somewhere there. Somewhere there. Okay? That's a condition, right? They cannot buy right now. The other condition can be is like, you know what? I'm suffering right now from multiple health issues and I don't work and I cannot buy right now. That's a condition. Another condition example will be, I'm divorcing right now, okay? And because of that, I cannot sell my house. Or because of that, I have to sell my house. Okay, so condition is something that, to be honest with you, you cannot really truly have a solution for at that particular moment. It's out of your control. You may possibly influence to a degree, but you can't really provide a solution that will get your results ideally as soon as possible. Whereas an objection, Objection, think of it as almost kind of like smoking mirrors, right? An objection is something where they basically telling you just so this way you get off their back. Like, how many of you go to the store, and before you go to the store, let's say you go to like Macy's, right? You go to Macy's and you get up in the morning, you get yourself prepared, hopefully you take a shower, put a makeup on, put nice clothes on, drive for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes to Macy's. You get it into the parking lot, you park your beautiful car, you go inside, and the first person that you see is a sales rep in Macy's, and that sales rep asks you, how may I help you? Okay, and how many of you just tell them, I'm just looking? How many of you do that? Most of you, right?
Yes.
Even though you're there for a reason, even though you're there to maybe buy something, when I go to the store, I buy something, and it happens to be all the time. But I still tell them, I'm just looking, because for some reason, subconsciously, I have this little recording in my brain that's constantly telling me, I'm just looking, I'm just looking, I'm just looking. It's the same thing, for example, when you're calling somebody for the first time, and a lot of times when you call them, you're calling them where they're not actually sitting there and staring at their phone or their computer and looking at the properties. So when you call them, their number one objection is going to be, hey, I'm just looking, or I'm not serious, or I have an agent. Okay, just to kind of get you off the phone, because they're busy with something else. They may be busy with their family, their kids, they may be cooking dinner, they may be at work, getting ready for a meeting. Whatever the reason is, they're going to throw that objection at you, so this way you can get off the phone with them. Now, does that mean they're not a serious buyer? No.
Really?
Does that mean
You know
that they don't want to work with you?
You know what, Alan? This is like a really good point, because when I go into a store, I don't want to be talked to. I don't want them to say anything to me. But then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, where are they? I need help. Like,
Yep.
they're just not there. And so this just really clicked with me going, okay, well, how am I going to handle that now? So let's get on with the show.
When I go in a
This is perfect.
store, I'll say either I'm looking for X and I want them to point to me where to go, or I'll say I'm not looking for anything specific right now.
Yeah.
But I actually like when they try to help.
Correct. How many of you were like on an app, or like say you're like on Best Buy website or a Costco website or even Amazon website? Amazon is really good at it with the reviews and the pictures, right, and the descriptions. Amazon is top notch. But there are a lot of other websites when you go and you start shopping or trying to look for a particular product and try to get some additional information about that product, and you don't have a phone number to call. How many of you? I mean, I experience this very often as well, constantly, right? And I always ask myself, man, I tell myself, I wish I would have somebody who can just call me right now and answer my question. That's how a lot of buyers are feeling, right? They're looking at a specific house. They're wondering out, man, I wish somebody can answer if this particular house in a good neighborhood. Or they would accept a conventional type of a loan. Or let's say it backs up to a 2-story house, or something along those lines. Something, if you're a buyer, you're not sure of. You're not sure. And the website is not giving you the full picture. That's where you come in, guys. That's why it's so important to have the speed when you call these leads. When you get that lead, you got to call that lead right away, because you're catching them in the act. You're catching them while they're actually browsing. You're catching them when they're actually like asking questions like, man, is this like really a 3-bedroom, or it's actually more like a 4-bedroom? I mean, what is it? And that's something that you can be very successful at if you catch them at the, when they're looking at the properties. But basically what you guys want to do is when you call them, right, do not, expect them to say, yeah, thanks so much for calling me. I have been waiting for you, Angela. Like I've been following you on Instagram, on Facebook, right? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. What are the odds of that happening?
Hmm.
Not
I have
that,
no idea.
no.
0
yeah,
to none.
0 to none. Most likely when you call them, what are you going to get, guys? And you calling these leads, what are you hearing right now when you call
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to call me. I've had people that were angry. Like I had to put my phone number in just to see this house, and now you're calling me and you're gonna bug the crap out of me.
them? Okay. I love it. Okay, what else are you guys getting?
I didn't realize I was registering for anything.
Mhm.
Okay. So somebody, when somebody, I didn't realize they're registering for anything, right? They're thinking they probably just put their phone number and they have access to all the properties, which they do, right? And that's why instead of using the word registering, we use the word thank you so much for joining. Or thank you so much for inquiring about some of these properties that you wanted to see, right? We don't use the word register. Register is just like, hey, you register to something. I was like, no, I didn't register. I just put my name in. But join a website is a different story. So what else? Are you guys getting any other ones?
Yeah, they usually ask, how did you get my phone number?
Oh, you join our website.
Yeah.
Yeah. You join our website. You join our website, and I see you guys are looking in Phoenix area. Are you currently live in Phoenix? Are you looking to buy in Phoenix? How can I help you with your home search?
I've got a wife being, well, like, who are you? Kind of jealous, like I'm calling her husband. And I full on just say the company I'm with, my name, and say, I have a website, and John or whoever was looking at homes just now, like a few minutes ago, and I was just calling to see if y'all needed help or something like that. Oh, okay, let me get him for you. She's like screening the phone call.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, not every one of them are going to be receptive. Not every one of them is going to be like, oh, thank you so much for calling. I'll be waiting for you all my life. No, you're not going to get that. You're going to get those that, hey, where'd you get my number? Why are you calling me? I was just looking. I'm not interested. I'm not serious. I have an agent, right? I mean, you're going to get those. But you're also going to get the ones that you're going to have good conversations with, and the ones that are actually will be appreciative. The fact that you're calling them, you're answering their questions, addressing their concerns, and bringing value to the conversation. So here we got to understand one thing, guys. The conversion rates when it comes to these leads are not that high. We're constantly talking about 1 to 3%. So for 100 leads that you have, there's a good chance that you may get 1 or 2 or 3 closings out of it. You got to kind of keep that in mind. Okay, so not every lead is going to be receptive. Not every lead is going to be like cheerful. Not every lead is going to be like, yeah, let's do business together. But that's the whole point, is the fact that we need to identify the ones that will work with us, will give us their business, and want our help.